Okay, so we will continue chapter 25, Kingdom Plantae. Okay, so last time we already talked that this kingdom divided into two main groups. The first one is a non-vascular plant. Yeah. The second group will be vascular plants. Okay. All the non-vascular plant will be seedless. Okay, it's going to be seedless. It means it will produce with the spores. Okay, they're also known as a bryophyte. Okay. And it has three phyla. The first one is Hepatiphyta, okay, which is the liverworts. The second phylum is Anthocerotophyta, which is also known as hornworts. Okay, and the last one, of course, the Bryophyta, which is the mosses. Okay, the vascular plants is divided into two groups. The first one will be vascular seedless plant. Okay, when I talk about seedless, it means this one do not produce seed, so it will produce with spores also. Okay, just like the non-vascular plants. And this group divided into two phyla, which is Lycophyta or club mosses. And the second one is the Pterophyta, which is also known as the horsetail and ferns. Okay. And then the second group for this vascular plant is gonna be the seed. Okay, seed plants or seed vascular plants. And this one divided into two groups. The first one, I'm gonna put it here, gymnosperm, which is also known as a non-flowering plant. Okay, and the second one will be the angiosperms, also known as the flowering plants. Okay, so in the last meeting, we already talked about this non-vascular plant or non-vascular seedless plants. Okay, so today we will talk about this vascular seedless plants. Okay, for the seed plants, it will be discussed in chapter 26. Okay, so for the non-vascular, I'm sorry, for the vascular seedless plant, okay, from the name, we know that this plant already have the vascular system. Okay, so vascular system is the same as a transport system, okay, which is used for transporting water, okay, So the tissue that used for transporting water is called the xylem. This is used for transport water from the root. And then the second tissue is called the phloem, which is this is used for transport food from the leaves. Okay. And these vascular plants already have the root. Remember, the non-vascular plants, they do not have the roots yet. They do have what we call the rhizoid. Okay, so this one have root, also already have the stem and the leaves. Okay, for the vascular seedless plants, the leaf that they have is called the microphylla, which is small type of leaf. And this leaf do not have really the transport system in it. Okay, so this is the vascular seedless plant. And again, it has two main group. Okay, two phyla, which is the Lycophyta. This is also known as the club mosses. And the second will be the Pterophyta, which is known as ferns. Now we're gonna look one by one. So the Lycophyta or club mosses. Okay, so this one will be very similar with the Bryophyta, which is the mosses. It will have, okay, for this one, remember for the mosses, the dominant generation is actually the gametophytes, which is the haploid, okay? But for the vascular plants, most of the dominant generations will be the sporophyte. Okay, now it starts to have a dominant generations is the sporophyte, which is, this is a 2N or diploid. Okay, and the gametophyte, which is the N or haploid, they are smaller and they live separately with the sporophyte. Okay, we're going to see later on the cycle, okay, their life cycle. The sporophyte, okay, will have antheridia, just like the mosses, okay? It has antheridia or antheridium. It is only one, which is the structure that produce sperms, okay? And then it will also have the archegonium, which is the structure that produce eggs. Okay. So when the eggs and the sperm combine, then it will produce the spores. Okay, so produce spores. And the spore will be haploid. Okay, so when the spore uh, when the spore is spread on the ground, yeah, it will grow as gametophyte. Therefore, the gametophyte is actually separated with the sporophyte. Okay, so you're gonna, let's say this is the club mosses. It has real leaf and stem and also thicker root. Okay, it's gonna be roots. Okay, let's say this is a female plant. This is male plant. Then it will have the antheridium. Then this one will have the archegonium. Okay, this one will produce sperm. This one will be eggs. Okay, so when the sperms fertilize the eggs, then it's become spores. Okay, so this over here, all of them is a sporophyte. Sporophyte, which is diploid. Okay, the spore will be haploid. Now, when the spore is go on the ground, and this one will be wet. Okay, so the seedless vascular plant still need moist environment or moist soil to grow. When it is growing, then it is become small gametophyte. Okay, so this is how the uh, lycophyte or lycophyta reproduce. This is going to be sexual reproduction. Okay, so this is the lycophyta or the club mosses. Now the second group, okay, which is the pterophyta or the horsetail, okay, and the ferns. The horsetail actually mostly live in water. Okay, the ferns, some live in water. Like there is a fern is called the Azula species. This is the one that live in water, and it has a ability to absorb nitrogens from its roots, because the root of this Azula is actually make a symbiosis with bacteria that absorb nitrogen from the media, which is the water. Okay, so the azolla root, okay, make a symbiosis with bacteria that absorb nitrogen from the media, from the water. And most of the ferns live on land. Okay, and still it requires some moist habitat. Okay, Now, this fern, let's say we're gonna see the fern, it already has a very developed root. Okay, it has the root and it has developed leaf. Okay, gonna do like this. Okay, it has leaves. Okay, and we see under the leaf, let's say this is the leaf. Okay, this is leaf, and this is the bottom of the leaf. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of structure like this. Okay, its structure is called sorus. Okay, so all of this then is called the sorai. Okay, and inside its sorus, okay, it has spores. Okay, so the sorus actually carry a lot of spore. You're gonna see if you have this ferns leaves, okay, so the bottom of the leaf, you're gonna see a lot of bumpy structure. It's called the sori, and inside the sori, it has the spore. So when the spore spread into the ground, it will create a new fern individual or organism. So the leaf that has this sorus with the spores in it, this is called the sporophyll. So sporophyll. So basically there are three types of leaf, just for information. Three types of leaf on vascular plants. The first one is microphyll, mostly in club mosses. They are small. The second one is this one, which is sporophyll. This is mostly in ferns. They carry spore. And the last one is called the megalophyll, which is large leaf, mostly on the seed vascular plants. So these are the three types of leaf that vascular plants have. Okay, so I'm sorry, this should be megaphyll, not megalophyll, but megaphylls, large, leaf that usually present in seed plant. Now, this, okay, for the non-vascular plants and the seedless vascular plants, there are several benefits that we can have. Okay, so these are some benefit of non-vascular plants and the seedless vascular plants. We know mosses, okay, are the base food chains in the tundra or tundra biomes. We already mentioned this one in the classroom. The moose, okay, the moose, which is the animal, the big animal, the herbivore that live in tundra, they usually eat these mosses. There is no grass in the tundra place in which is very cold, but they have a lot of mosses, and mosses has become the base of the food chains in the tundra biomes or place. And also some dried peat moss is called a sphagnum, okay, which is bryophyte, is commonly used as a fuel as a renewable resources. So it can be used as the source for energy. It's dried and then it can be used for making fire or used as a source of renewables energy. And then bryophytes, yeah, most of the bryophytes, mostly the mosses, like a sphagnum, yeah, they can be used for making the amenables, which is used for creating the place or the environments that can be used by other plants to grow. This is just like additional nutrients for the soils, so the plants will be growing faster and healthier. Okay, so florists usually use a block of sphagnum to maintain the moisture of their soil for their floral arrangements. Ferns, this is the seedless vascular plants, contribute the environment by promoting the weathering rock. So when the area that do not have the uh, organisms yet, okay, for example, during the what we call this ecological successions, mostly rock that stay there. The fern has the ability to weather the rock, which is creating a soil, make the rock become softer and become a soil for other plants to grow. So it's become the topsoil, the first topsoil that can be used by other organisms or plants to grow. And then the water ferns, as I mentioned before, the azolla, it has the ability to absorb the nitrogens due to the symbiotic association with the bacteria. Is called the cyanobacteria. And this is the important roles for these organisms to absorb or to give the nitrogens for the next organism, like for the herbivores that eat this azolla. So azolla, this is actually aquatic plant, okay, aquatic seedless vascular plants. Okay, I think that's all for this second part of chapter 25. So make sure you fill out the assignment, and the assignments will be due on Monday. Okay, so I will see you on